Scorpio, we're beginning this reading again at 4:44 p.m. Guys, what's up? Welcome to my channel. Welcome back to my channel, lovely Scorpions. And anybody else who wants to watch, you don't have to be a Scorpion to watch this. I did the same thing in Libra. When it was Libra season, I did all Libra readings. I'm doing that through all the zodiacs. It's just something different. It's something I'm trying. So that's obviously going to take a whole year to go through all 12 zodiac signs. So each season, whatever season it is, right now it's Scorpio season, it will be all Scorpio readings. And if you look at your birth chart, you have different zodiac signs throughout your birth chart, so you can still take the readings as it applies. It's not just your sun sign. Okay? Keep in mind, take what resonates, leave what does not. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. There's an ending. Okay? There's an ending for a new beginning. The wheel is turning. You know how they say it's funny how what goes around comes around? That wheel is turning. It's coming back around full circle. Well, it's been a while. I feel like it's been some time, and I feel like it's going to be a painful ending for somebody. But the sun is coming out. I hear the song Mandrill, I Refuse to Smile. That's from my parents' era, but I hear it. I grew up on all my parents' era music, and I still listen to their music quite a bit. You know, more than that we listen to the music in our era, but it still has depth. You know how it is about our parents' music. It has a lot more meaning. It has a strong message to it. I'm not disrespecting current artists, but, you know. I see I refuse to smile, but I also see the wheels turning. I also see you going head first. I see you a little bit nervous, but you're taking an opportunity because you don't know that it's a little bit. It's something about you being afraid of hurting someone's feelings or nervous about hurting someone's feelings. So it's almost like going from one team to the next team, like being drafted and traded after you done emotionally attached to another team, to your current team, and now you're being traded to go to another team. But I see a fresh start. I see someone getting a message. I see you. The Knight of Cups to me is someone who's charming, charismatic, can be a seducer, or just the art of, who knows how to practice the art of seduction. With the Page of Pentacles, that's embarking on a new journey. You're not very knowledgeable about it, but you're open to learn. And then on the next row, I see the Knight of Cups is here twice. But you also have the Knight of Pentacles. It's been, and I read them going down too. Okay, it's like you put up with a lot of drama. I feel like overall, it's not about the team you're leaving. It's just about overall drama. Seeing that you put up with a lot of craziness to get to where you are, but you're going to end up at the King of Pentacles status, something that's more stable and profound because you took action on it. You went down a different path or took a different route. But this next move is going to make somebody address their feelings. Like you're looking into the horizon, like broadening your horizon, okay? Because you got the Empress on the bottom, Ten of Wands too. You got two tens, the Ten of Swords and the Ten of Wands. It's a lot. And the King of Wands is under there, but we're not worrying about that. And you can apply this information, whether it be your love life, your work life, your family life, or just your personal life. Apply it. Ten of Wands is like burdened with accountability. You were trying to seize an opportunity, and it's just you weren't getting your fair shot. And by the time you almost feel like, now that I got the opportunity, I hope I'm not too burned out for it, because I've been working at this for a long time. But your appreciation is there. Your dedication and your hard work is there, because you're going to turn out to be the King of Pentacles. That's somebody who stands up for what they believe. You see how she's looking out into the horizon? You know, the Two of Wands is somebody going in a different direction or just shooting their shot for better. I feel like you're nervous though, but you're going to do it. And I feel like it's justice. But on this deck, the justice and the strength card is switched around. So this is the strength. So you are trying to maintain integrity about it, but you're like burnt out. I feel like you're burnt out with the Nine of Wands. And then you got the Six of Cups. Can be nostalgic. Could be reminiscent. I miss the days where it's just as simple as everybody support everybody is the vibe I feel. But you get this opportunity, this tower, this sudden realization, or someone has a sudden realization about you after you're gone. But you got 2 6s in this pile. You got the Lovers too. You want to move on to something that's authentically you. I feel like this is like endeavors that you started and you weren't able to complete them. It could be a bad economy with the 9 of Wands. It's like I'm torn between my desires. I'm trying to maintain poise and integrity, but this economy sucks. Is what I get from this, because it's a lot of financial ups and downs. I'll say it like that. But you do have, with every 10 there's an ace. You do have the Ace of Wands. You have the Ace of Wands. And you are moving forward, even if it scares you. I feel like it scares you, okay? But you got the Star, like it's healing, it's optimistic. It's like your opportunity to do something that's authentically you. This next move, I feel like it's going to shift you into, how I want to say it. It's going to take you out of, you're not in a impoverished mindset, but you're in a possessive mindset. It's like I have to make sure I have what I need to get to where I'm trying to go. And I have to worry about that more than I can worry about my creative endeavors, and that's pissing you off. So you want to, energy goes where your intention goes. You have to remember that you're very close to achieving your goal. This one deck I did shuffle off camera, but to clarify that, confidence is your key. And I think that's what's earning you the opportunity is, can I talk please without you in my video? Okay. You keep getting this card too. Like, you're going to be really happy with however way it turns out. You're appreciative no matter what. Hope is the conduit for miracles. You're trying to understand why this was so like delicately. It's all a test from the Most High. I feel like you're being severely tested. And confidence is your key. You have to know that God is going to take care of you no matter what. He's just showing you where you at and where you're going to be, how you should be moving forward. I haven't used my Monology deck in a little while. But I feel like it needed to be pulled out because you're tapping into your shadow side as well as your confident side. I mean your sun side. I feel like you're fasting from a lot of resources you once looked up to for positivity. It's like this is one of those tests where you're zoning. You're kind of like telling your friends, I got to see you later. I got to focus right now. But you're really just paying attention to what God says. It's time to release negativity. Yeah, with that 9 of Wands, it's like, don't worry. Don't get swept up in the energy that the economy is in right now. Just focus on how you can just complete your assignment. Adjustments are required. Give me something on adjustments are required. A time to give rather than a time to take. I don't know what that means yet. The end, that's clear. That's clarified by the end of a tough cycle approaches. So it is something coming in for you. You get to show the world the real you. Adjustments are required. Look at the big picture. It's about working. You're trying to work smarter, not harder. You're trying to. But you want to be careful not to absorb the negative energy that's around you or get into a negative headspace because of the way things are playing out. Why are you doing all that in my video? Can you please be quiet? My outer experiences are a reflection of my internal condition. It's good to feel good. At least you still feel good about yourself after everything. You must have got hit by a Mack truck. And I say that metaphorically, like you've been through a lot in a very short period of time. Manifester. I slow down and listen to guidance that's available to me, because manifesting is a creative process of aligning with the energy of the universe to co-create an experience that elevates my spirit and the spirit of the world. You worked really hard not to fall into that negative, lackluster mindset. That's where you come in as the healer with the Chariot and the healer and the Ace of Wands, and you're changing the algorithm with the Four of Pentacles. Is the last card there. So it starts with the Ten of Swords, and this is ending with that Four of Pentacles. That's new. You got an opportunity coming your way. You have an opportunity coming your way. And I want you to see it through. You're called to see it through with the Page of Cups. Go for it. You're worried if you're too zapped out. Like, that's how tests are. It's like you don't feel like, just when you think you had enough. There it is. Just when I think I've had enough. The next card next to that is the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, and the Knight of Cups. That's all forward movement cards. Page of Pentacles. Okay, if I have to start over again, it may take a lot out of me. But you have Knights. You have Knights. Knights of Cups twice. I'm using 4 different decks. That's why the Knight of Cups is here twice. But so is the Knight of Pentacles. It's been a long process when I see the Knight of Pentacles. Someone wants a new opportunity with you. But you're already taking your energy back. Nonetheless, when I connect to the spiritual realm, I open the door to receive divine guidance, clear direction, and great wisdom. But what's really cool about that is spiritual alignment puts my manifestations into motion. You don't want to focus on anything but what you need to be doing. Like it's strong energy with let me pay attention to what needs to be attended to. Tell me about the Knight of Cups next to the Wheel of Fortune. In stillness I receive. Being a great listener. Clarifying that is believing in spiritual guidance gives me creativity and the freedom to keep dreaming, even when I can't yet see the result. That's your intuition. And even the first one said it's time to release negativity. So I'm going to put that up there. And adjustments are required. Listen, you're called, okay, for the next 3 days, you're called to be quiet, fast, don't say nothing, don't do nothing. You're fasting on purpose, okay, to get the algorithm for what you need. So if you're, say for Muslims who fast for the month of Ramadan, if you got days to make up for Ramadan, do them. Or just fast. It's not... Well, if it's not Ramadan, it would be Mondays and Thursdays. But you're called to just sit still, don't do nothing. It gives me the premonition of when Jesus was born, Mary had to fast for 3 days. Okay? Peace and, alayhi salam. But, radiyallahu anha. Okay? She was told not to talk. She was told not to speak at all for 3 days. So, and she birthed a prophet. She birthed a messenger. Okay? And the people had their doubts and their suspicions in regard to her having a baby, and she's never been touched. She was a virgin and all that. But Isa was the one that started. Isa means Jesus in Arabic. When he spoke as a child, like it was just him flexing God's oneness, his lordship, his worship, his names and attributes. Okay, you're called to do something similar. So if you're not birthing a miracle in the way where she did, but what you're doing is releasing negativity. You're fasting for 3 days. Okay, to get out of this energy. You're fasting for 3 days. You don't talk or nothing. In stillness you receive. You're called to be quiet. And that's changing the wheel of fortune. It's changing the experience around for you. 3 days. So patience. When I see the Knight of Pentacles, I see patience. And then I also see the Tower. I feel like you having something's going to show up to you in your dream state. And you're going to have a sudden realization. And it's going to be perfectly aligned and authentic and true to you. Okay? It's going to give you that opportunity to practice what's authentic and true to you. But I can't help but notice that it's going to move you out of feelings of being rejected. Release the negativity. You already think you're going to be rejected. No matter what the situation is, there's nothing. All things are possible. All things are possible when it comes to the Most High. So you're told to fast. If there's something real important to you and you need to, what it does is it just really just kicks up points to the Most High. It's like, what can I do to earn what I think I need? When it comes to prayer and meditation, I forget. It's time to forget what you think you need and just focus on His lordship, His worship, and His names and attributes. And it's going to take you, it's going to heal this, first of all, these feelings of being rejected. Okay? And you're going to receive something that's going to show up in a dream state. And it's going to tell you what your opportunity is. And it's going to propel you forward. You're going to be allowed to move forward. I do see, and this is that healing energy, and it's right under the Lovers. You weren't received very well, or just it didn't produce very good results in something, or just wasn't a good relationship or something like that. You weren't able to show up as your authentic self, or just you didn't get a chance to really show what you're made of. You didn't have a chance. You weren't given the chance. I keep hearing that. I wasn't given the chance. I keep being rejected. A time to give rather than a time to take. That's what I get from this too. Adjustments are required. That's why you're called to just sit still and receive. Adjustments are required. Like you're going the wrong way. You're going to start to manifest the wrong stuff. With the spiritual alignment, that's why it's called, it's a lot about staying in spiritual alignment and trust the Most High. And heavy emphasis on it manifesting being a creative process of aligning with the energy of the Most High. And then you got another card talking about slowing down and listening. You're moving too fast. There's something about moving too fast. That's why the Knight of Pentacles is here, right under the Tower. Like, relax. Don't go so fast because you're going to miss it. You get to showing the world the real you, looking at the bigger picture. Okay? You're going to have the chance to show the world the real you once giving specific instructions. These are the specific instructions you're being advised. You always have your free will, but you're advised to follow the instructions. Somebody don't have their footing as to how do I go about slowing down and listening. How do I know when God's talking to me? This is for somebody. The end of a tough cycle is approaching for you. It's all coming together for you. You're going to have the opportunity. The Ace of Wands is here, and God knows best. Okay? You get to be creative, too, about it. It's an opportunity for you to be more creative and show what you're made of with the Empress here. The Ten of Wands is like, you don't have to work so hard to achieve what you need. It's something that's going to be made easier for you. With every difficulty comes two eases. You got the Ten of Wands and the Ten of Swords. That's a lot of difficulty, a lot of trial, but it was made to be like that so you can, it was a test of faith. It was a test of patience too. Good things come to those who are patient. So I don't see this as somebody who already is sitting in stillness. It's like they're getting frustrated because they're working and working and working and pushing, and they're not seeing the results of the work. But let's look at the big picture. Do people think just because they say they believe they will not be tested? This is a very much a trial from God, not so much a calamity. Like it's overwhelming to somebody. Like they're in a lot of pain behind putting in a lot of work and not seeing a lot of results. So get out of that negative way of seeing things. You're looking at it the wrong way. Yeah, it's good to feel good, of course. But sometimes you're gonna feel like it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be hard to feel good. But you working at still trying to be happy, and you keep a smile on your face. But you're very close to achieving your goals. Very close. Confidence is your key, and we saw that right here. It's justice, okay? It's justice for everything you've been through. You're going to have a lot of people against you with the Ten of Swords and the Ten of Wands. The Ten of Wands is you. The Ten of Swords is how people have been doing you. And that's two tens of swords. But even under this Ten of Swords, the Ace of Pentacles is there, okay? And it's going to move you past that initial Three of Swords energy with the Four of Swords. And you're still talented at what you do. You can still, like, you getting into the rhythm of connecting with a higher energy or higher algorithm with manifesting. You could bring your talents to fruition. You could bring them into tangible results without feeling so defeated or rejected. There's a lot of rejection here, a lot of feelings or fears. It's a lot of fear of being rejected. But when you make joy a priority, brilliant ideas will come naturally. Support will surround you and movements will form. So you see that? People are captivated. That's why the Knight of Cups is on this board twice in two different decks. But people still see you as a positive resource or somebody who's great to talk to, great listener, somebody who's captivating. You're still charming. People still see you in a very positive light. No matter what you've been through, you don't look like what you've been through, and look what's underneath that. Look what I wrote on here. True manifestations are powered by service and love. A time to give rather than a time to take. It's like you're in the phase of becoming a made man about something, and you still got to kick up points. And you're like, well, when do I stop kicking up points? You still have to kick them up a little bit. Now it's time to just patiently wait to see what happens, to see how it's all going to play out, to see what you still have to do. I feel like you have a fear that it's too much, it's more than what you can bear. I actually feel a little heavy in the chest when I say that, because the energy that I'm picking up on, this person feel like if I have to work at this further, I struggle with being patient about it, or you're trying to be okay with, I feel like you're trying to be okay with possibly needing to work a little while longer, working hard under a lot of stress and burdens. You're trying to be okay with it. Like you almost don't see the opportunity that's coming, but you're shooting for it anyway. You almost think you don't qualify in some way or another. Not because you're not going to show up, but because you feel like all the rough stuff and all the weights and the burdens of how you handled it before was your best. But you may not have been at your best, but it was the best you had at that time. And you feel like it's going to blow up in your face. You have that fear of it blowing up in your face. Like, people are going to see me for my reaction instead of my integrity. That may not be true. I don't think that's true. And I'm not patronizing you, but I don't think it's true. It's not time to spend, it's like, you can't even spend, it's not time to hang out with your friends right now. It's time to just really show what you're made of. No matter what happens, you just continue to show what you're made of. And don't forget who raised you, okay? Because you were raised by strong people who gave you that ability. This is structure of the heart and soul. Like, you're not made you don't come from bad quality. You come from integrity. You come from a strong lineage of fighters, warriors, people who stood through worse, who have endured way tougher, way more battles than you. And it has something to do with you being a mom, trying to show up for your children, make sure their spirit is intact, you seeing where things get imbalanced, things get lopsided, and you still got to show up to the world as a way to provide and feed for them. And it's enough to take a break. Or I think it's bringing you down in a way. But you got to release. It's like, don't get too hung up on the pain of it. It's the pain of progress or the pain of regret that you quit. And I don't think that you're quitting, but it feel like you're starting to question, am I being counterproductive? Or is this what I'm supposed to be doing? Anytime you get to that point, you're on the right track. Because that means there's about to be a sudden realization. Don't look at the big picture. Okay? Is about to be a sudden realization. Anytime you start to question, am I doing this correctly? Am I doing it wrong and don't know I'm doing it wrong? Like, what am I doing? I'm like, make it all make sense. And you're being watched by the generations after you, and you're trying to make sure you represent the generations before you and what they established for you to have these opportunities, and you don't want to feel like you're messing it up. That's enough to make somebody cry, because I kind of feel the emotion, okay? Why does that say 1745? That's Surah number 17, ayat number 45. You're blocking out the naysayers. Anybody who wrote you off and gave you a worser time than necessary, you still got the King of Wands underneath that Ten of Wands. Like, you're built for it. But doesn't mean you deserve to go through that. Look at the messengers that came before you that established God's religion. Whether it's Judaism, Christian, or Islam. Look at what they went through. All the calamities they went through. And you remember that when you're having these tough times. And they got spit at. They had stones thrown at them. They people tried to kill them. Like, all kinds of stuff they did just to deliver God's message. You could do this. And he's with you. He's on the board with the Ace of Wands. And it's a spiritual journey. You got how many major arcana? The Tower, the Chariot, the Star, the Empress is here. And it's usually the Justice, but I feel like it is a justice made correct. Someone who tried to slight you, I think that is going to be made correct. Whatever happens, or if anybody tried to make your process harder, is going to be made correct. Because you showed integrity. You maintained integrity and poise even when you were betrayed time and time and time again. Because remind you, the Ten of Swords is underneath there. The Ten of Swords is right there. Like, whoever stabbed you in the back, look who's right there with you. Right underneath that. Like, I'll correct that, okay? If you got the authority to pass beyond the zones of the heavens and the earth, go produce your swords if you're truthful. There's like a lot of rumors or a lot of just stuff to make you to make you have a worse time than you need to. Other people's projections. They cannot stop what's slowed down. They cannot slow down what's meant for you. They can't really stop it. They can't take it from you. It came from the Most High. This is the Ace of Pentacles. It came from the Most High. People who posed as friends, they're not really your friends. Okay? You stay connected to your ancestors anyway. And you know how to keep your house clean. So forget the rumors. You just stay optimistic. Stay optimistic. Watching you is like a movie. Okay? And you're very synced with your emotions. Okay? The moon is your emotions. And you're very much in touch with them. And don't let nobody fuck with you. Okay? You still have a family. You still, just the way you focus on your family, I feel like all of this is done to make life better for your family. But you continue to trust your intuition. So it all worked out. No matter what. No matter what. Whoever tried to fuck you, guess who was right there? Okay, Scorpio? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Until next time.